In this episode, I'm taking you on a journey to find the elusive Morel Mushroom, teaching you what to look for and the sure signs of mushroom habitat. Now let's go forage.
What's up, fellow seekers? So today, we are headed into the wilderness to find some Morel mushrooms. The mysterious Morel Mushroom. The one mushroom that everybody longs to find, but not everybody can unveil. So, I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on exactly what to look for, how to find them, the conditions to look for, certain trees, yada yada yada, you know the rest. So, let's get the talking over with and let's get to hunting.
So, I'm out here today looking for some early morels, and I come to one of my little spots. It's right here next to a little stream. And I was just walking through here, and as you can see, that's an old dead sycamore tree. That's a dead sycamore running up through there. Got a dead ash right there. Just a lot of dead stuff, as you can see, a lot of leaf litter and everything right down through here, as you can see. And I have found a ton of morels just now. Check this out. Looky there, the little nuggies. So that's really good. I see right now, stepping right here, I'm trying to be really careful. I see three, 1, 2, and 3. So you can see right there, there's 1 there, 2 there, and 3 is back over in there, right there, you can see it. So I'm going to work my way through here real quick and pick them and see if I can't find a couple more, because I typically always find big yellows and whites right up here in this little patch right here, and then I'll find them lingering off down the side through here. But right now I found some blacks, well, grays, early season blacks, whatever you want to call them. Whatever, but they're still morels and they still eat really good, so let's get them. So when harvesting a morel, I personally like to take my knife right here and I'll show you how I do it. So what I'll do is I'll take my knife, clear out the spot around it, and I'll go to the base of the mushroom, as you can see right there, and I will just take my knife and I'll cut it off, just like so. And then, of course, I'll pick it up. And here we are. And I actually seen another one while I was up, when I got down on the bottom end of it. So, you can see it right there. And then there's another one there. And then a little tiny one right there. So, great news. Typically with morels, what you want to do is when you find them, they'll go in a line, as you can see. One up here, one right there, this one right there, another one right there, or right there, I mean. And they start growing down the ruts and everything down through here. So what you do is you just work parallel up and down from where you found them. And then you kind of rinse and repeat as you move back and forth, going down the bank and everything. So I'm going to harvest a couple of these and I'll get back to you. You may wonder why I came here, and the reason is because last night we just had a really heavy rain, and we're supposed to have another heavy rain this afternoon and on through the night going into tomorrow and everything. And that's what we've really needed lately here in Kentucky. We've needed some significant rain, and we've just not had any. And morel growth is very conducive to rain. And you can have all the right properties, but if the ground is not saturated yet to the point that it needs, they just don't bloom or fruit like they should typically. But we had the fresh rain last night, and it was a heavy rain, so I knew initially that, okay, there should be some up this morning, and if there's any that were already up, just microed, then they will grow with this rain and everything. So plus I knew where we didn't have a lot of rain, I wanted to get close as I could to water, because obviously when you have water, the soil is going to be a lot more moisture based and everything. So I'm back over here to the spot Now let's get to pick. I'm trying to be really careful while harvesting these because it's so easy to overlook some and smash them. So I'm trying to be significantly careful while I harvest them and everything. But here's one. Well, that's number 2 because the big one I got in here already. Number 3, just a little tiny fella. And number 4. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, that one's too small, those are too small. Some of them, I would let them grow. Well, the thing is that in this particular area, I've never seen them grow past the part of where, or the size of what I initially find them at. I've let them set and everything, and typically they don't get really much bigger, especially blacks. They don't get much bigger at all from my experience. And for your experience, it may be totally different. But from my experience, I feel like they stunt and they just don't grow like I would hope to do. Sometimes you'll find the big one, like I found the first one. Like that one out there, you can see the stem body on that one is very large. I mean, my whole finger fits right into it. But then you have this tiny one right there that's not so big, and then you got the other one right up there, and then the tiny little one that was right there. So just from my experience, like I said, I don't ever see them get any bigger, but who's to say that they won't? But I'm going to eat them. So let's see if we can find some more. Well, I'm still sitting here in the same spot, and I went down a little bit towards the water and then did like a U right here, just on these same rocks and everything, and then started making my way back up to the right of where I found the other ones, because right here is where I found the other ones. Right over there, you can see the stem pod on that one. You can see it right there. Right there. And I come over here to this side because I figured, okay, if they're right here in this general area, then there's gonna be more. And well, sure enough, there's one right there. So this is something else to remember that I didn't mention a second ago. So with morels, as you can see, I got a lot of briars, a lot of these little briar patches, a lot of this disturbed rock and everything, slate rock style, river rock or whatever, all down through here. The trees, like I mentioned, ash, dead sycamore, they're going to be in line with the dead debris of the trees. So anytime they're going off these banks, the banks are a sure shot that that's where you're going to find them. So when you find all these conditions together, you're bound to find a mushroom. So let's get to picking again. So I'm right here in the same exact spot, and this is why I say you have to be real careful and everything. So I'm walking right back up in the parallel line, going back towards the top where the dead tree is, right there, the sycamore. There's a dead one right there. And I look down right in front of me, right at this rock. And look at that one hiding down there. And then I look right back up. I see another one right there, you can see it. So the thing is with the morel, getting down like so, bending down, getting down, changing your perspective helps significantly, because that's going to help you be able to find them and everything, because they can conceal themselves very easily. So let me see if I can't get down in here and grab this one. And this one right here looks pretty good sized. So we're going to try to squeeze it out of here real quick. I mean, you can see it's literally just hiding right down in there. Now, I may not be able to get my knife right down in there. So what I'll do is I just pinch. Oh, look, I just found another one right in front of me. Look, there's another one. See? So I'll pinch it, take my nail and just pinch across, and there you go. I have 2 other little ones. Let me sneak up here and grab this other one and see if I can't find some more. I have a feeling we should find a couple more. I mean, this is a good little gray patch and doing pretty good. So let's keep searching. You see that little feller just hiding right there. Get to the base of the cap. Pinch real good all the way across the base. Let's get it there. Perfect. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. So let's see if we can find some more little Easter eggs. Well, I was walking over here, right here on all this like rock pile and everything. You can kind of see, just taking my time and working my way along the river or the creek line. And sure enough, I looked right over there on the other side of all this debris and I see a morel. So now I know that there's one rolling off that water line and everything down that rut line. I'm gonna work my way back up it and see if I can't find some over there. So good news is I've found some on this side and that side. So I know that everywhere in between is the mycelium is producing right now. So, but here's the other one. Oh, there's two right there. I just now noticed that. So that's really awesome. So let's grab these two. Be real careful, work our way down and back up and see if we can find some more. Well, sure enough, I turn around and there's another one right there. So that's perfect. 3 in one little spot. So let's set this up real quick. Actually, no, there's 4. There's another one hiding back behind that one. So oh my gosh, there's a ton. I am in a patch. Holy crap. Okay, no, I was wrong. So there's 1, 2, and I just looked down when I was getting ready to set my hand down and about smashed a bunch. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 little black grays right here in this one little spot. So I need to be very careful because these are the tiny ones. And these go great in pastas and pizzas and stuff like that. So, but I'm getting excited. So let me get to harvesting here. That way I can make sure I'm getting them all and don't miss any. So here we go. There's 1. There's 2. Make sure I don't step or smash any while I'm sitting here trying to get around these. 3, 4. Those two are little. I may just leave those. We'll make sure. Oh my goodness, there was more back here. There's probably 11 right here all together. All right, so you can see there, that tiny little mess right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So yes, there was 11 there. And there's probably more just hanging around through here. But I'm not gonna press too hard into it since I found all these tiny ones. Let's see if we can find some more. See it right there? Made it back to the truck and we've got us a dandy little sack here. So, now in the next few weeks, the area that I was just hunting, where I was hunting off the edge, in the next couple weeks they'll be up on the flat up here, and they just progress as they go up and everything. So it's a good start. All right, so we have made it over here to spot number 2, and it's pretty much generally the same area, but right up the road from this area, but it runs along the same creek, same sun positioning and everything like that. So we're basically in the same general area, but I ran home to show those to my wife. That way she would get excited because she loves morel hunting more than I love it. It's her favorite. So I'm gonna work my way down through here. And I also got the GoPro this time, so now you guys kind of get a first-person view of me doing everything. So I'm going to switch over to the GoPro, work my way on down through here, and see if we can't find some more mushrooms. what I found. A little bitty one. So that's great news. So that means they are producing in this area too, which is great, because this same area I'll come in later season and find big whites and yellows everywhere. I mean everywhere. So, all right, let the harvesting begin. All right, so with these two being so small like they are, I'm gonna take a couple sticks and put them around them and then make a path checkpoint right here. That way when I come back in the next few days or a week or so, I'll check and look back at them and see if they've grown or anything. So, all right, so I made a little area right here, took all these sticks and everything, put them down to guard that morel and give me a checkpoint, and then did the same for that one there. I cleared out all the stuff around it and everything, and then put this big limb right there down. So that'll remind me when I come back through here. All right, well, I literally turned around from the sticks, but there they are, right? They are right there. There's those other two. And as soon as I turned around, just took 2 more steps right down this trail. There's one right there. You see it. So that's great. That is great news. So that tells me right now this whole hill right here should be producing. And it makes sense too, because this is the south right here, is facing the eastern sky. And I just seen another one right there. There's a whole, that's a really good one right there. So I'll probably get these two. But this is where the sun comes up, right over there behind these trees right here. They come right up over top of it and everything. So it makes sense to why these ones are flourishing, and they're in the same positioning as where that other spot was earlier that we found the 21. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab these two real quick, because they are definitely sizable enough. And look, there's another one right there. There they are. I was about to get out of here, and because I got stuff I gotta go do, and I looked right down here, I was like, oh, that's a big one. I thought it was one. I thought it was a good blind, but that is not a mushroom.
You see the peanut? Dead giveaway.
Yeah, that's a space peanut.
No, I'm afraid not. This is a big old frozen chunk of poopy.
What's up, everybody? So we are back out here today in the same spot that we were in yesterday. It's a little colder today. Like I said, we had some rain coming in, and it definitely brought in a little bit of front. So it's a little chillier, more chilly that is today. So we're gonna walk back down through here to this spot and see if we can't find some more that are ready to be picked. Like I said yesterday, I had to leave a little early. I had some stuff I had to go do. So let's go see if we can find some more. Well, I got right here at this little drainage. Ow, just got flicked in the eye. Got right here at this little drainage again that I found one of the last ones yesterday. So I guess I stepped right around this one. That's a decent little filler. It's not bad at all. So, oh look, there's another one right there next to it. So there's 2 of them. You see them right there side by side. Boom. And boom. That's not bad at all right there. And I picked one right here yesterday. Like, I literally cut one right here. And those ones are good little sized ones. Little perfect little eater sized, and they're grays, so early adolescent whites and everything. But they say they're better to eat when you find them in their beginning stages. And I would have to agree that when you find them more, I like them about the same size as my palm. And that's when they're really good. But I'm going to let these two probably just hang out for the meantime until I make my way back through here, since I know this big old pipe right here is a good indicator that they're there. So let's go see if we can find some big ones. So right after saying let's go find some more, I literally turn to my right and find two more right here. So right off along this same drainage where those same two are right there, I find one right there. You can see it right there. And then I find one right there. No video filter. It's not bad. So there's four just right here in a little 6 foot radius of one another. And I'm sure there's way more and will be way more in through here. So find some bigger ones that we can pick, because all those I'm gonna let just hang here. Just looking. Oh, there's one. There's a little one. Oh, there's another one. There's one right there. Then there's one right over there. So I'll mark that right there. Those two are smaller ones. We'll let them grow a little bit and help spore the area as they grow. I can smell them so sweet right now. I mean, I can smell them. If you pick morels, then you know the scent that I'm talking about right now. And if you haven't ever found a morel, when you start finding them, there's a smell that is acquainted with them that is so peculiar, and you can instantly identify it as soon as you smell it. You know, oh, there's mushrooms here. So, oh, there's a big one. I walked right by. It's a good one. Look at that little feller. He's actually probably eatable. Oh yeah, we'll take that one. That one's a solid capped one. See that? That one would have grown to be a big shroom. But that's a good one. I gotta pick one, so. And the reason why I chose to pick that one is because it's right off these deer trails right here. And I would hate for it to get trampled, and then my heart would be broken. So we got one so far. That's good. Picked one, not found one, picked one. So let's go find some more. I've made it around the point there of where I find all the mushrooms normally. And I'm over here in the bottom part to where I've never found any from that last point to where I just found that one. I've never found any down through here or around through here. And as you can tell, it opens up quite a bit. It's nowhere near as thick or anything, but I'm kind of curious about that spot way back down there, because it kind of shapes up just like that. It gets super thick and everything. And I've never been way down there before. I've always stopped right in this area, just because typically when I come over here and pick them, I have so many I have to go home and empty them, because I have so many that I can't fit no more in my bag. So I'm gonna work my way on over here to this other spot and see if we can't find some more over there. So it's always surprising though that I don't find them right here, because it's got all the perfect trees, the poplar, the ash, this dead sycamores everywhere. But I don't know, they just ain't growing right here. So I'll see you over there. Well, I made it back to the truck, and and I just didn't find any more. I went down around that other area and everything, never found no more. So I'm headed to the next spot, so hopefully we can find something there. Well, I'm at spot number 4, and I've never been to this spot before, but I looked at it on the map, and it runs down around this creek line down here. And there's a lot of really good trees: poplar, ash, elm, sycamore. They're everywhere through here. And so I'm coming up through here just along a lot of these dead trees and stuff, and just gonna see if I can find any just popping out somewhere. So hopefully we strike some luck, because if I can find some on this spot here, then that's just another spot to add to the list. So I was just walking through here, and I come off that little top part right there, coming into this drainage, and I got a very strong smell of mushroom. Like, I mean, it hit me right in the face. And I was like, ooh, I stopped and thought, oh, there's one near. And I can't find a morel, but what I did find is a scarlet elf cup. If you don't know nothing about these are awesome little mushrooms. They're very yummy. They're good to put on pizzas. Just anything really, they're just really good. Just saute them up in butter, they're delicious. That right there is called a scarlet elf cup. You get it. Scarlet elf cup. Elf ears, whatever you want to call them. I call them scarlet elf cups, because obviously they're red. But these typically like to be growing on, as you've seen there, on these logs and stuff like this. Like all these logs, all these other ones right through there, that log right through there. You'll find these a lot on logs and anywhere that's got a lot of moss, a lot of moisture and everything like that. So, which is really good. So that's awesome. I'm excited to find that one. So I'm gonna put it in my bag and keep on searching. So I made it all the way over here to the flat area, to where you can see you have a lot of poplar, black cherry, ash, sycamore. You have just a lot of the good trees, elms, everything like that. And then you got a bunch of underbrush, briar, and everything like that. A lot of dead stuff, as you can see right here. That's not saying that they're going to be here, but these are some good areas with high percentage odds, just because of everything that's here. So it's coming right off that steep grade, coming down through here. The water just settles off into the bottom, and you just kind of walk the slanted part of where the water drains, and you may find a little nugget. So once again, this is a new spot, never been here before. It's just a regular old public nature trail, and just trying to give it an opportunity to produce. So far, it's got a lot of the right stuff in it, and yet to have found one. But that's not to say that we won't find them later season, because once again, we are still very early. So, oh, got grabbed there. Onward. Well, hello folks. So we are back at spot number 5. Of course, like I said, today is all about exploring new ground. I'm right off the side of the road here, and I just found a really cool mushroom, and it's called a dryad saddle, which is also known as a pheasant back. Check it out. So the cool thing about a dryad saddle, pheasant back that is you can make like kind of like stir fry noodle style stuff with them and everything. All you do is just take and you trim the outer edging of them right there. And this one being so immature, or not necessarily immature, but it being so young in its age, it is definitely ideal for harvesting right now. And it's definitely a good one to be able to harvest and to take back. So I'm going to pull out my fancy bag and harvest this beast and put it in here. So as you can see, I just cut it off like so, because you won't use all of it. You'll find the spots to where you can get it up and you can make it out of it. And because if it gets down too far, like down in here, it's super tough, and you can tell and everything. So that right there is perfect. So that'll work perfect. That's a pretty awesome find. That's 3 mushrooms today: a scarlet elf cup, a morel, and a dryad saddle pheasant back. Let's get to shrooming. Well, I have found no more mushrooms walking down through here. So, not bad. Like I said earlier, or like we seen earlier, I found quite a few more morels and everything, but I'm letting them grow and everything like that. So, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video right here. If you guys have enjoyed this video, be sure to click the like button and also subscribe to see more videos coming in the future. Once again, we have foraging all throughout this whole month coming in, this month of April. And then we have turkey hunting and everything like that. So we have a lot of action-packed videos coming up soon and everything. So I appreciate you guys. If you've hung out this long and you've stayed this far, I truly appreciate it. And as always, don't wait on adventure. Go find it.